The year is 2001. Dawn of the new century, dawn of the new millennium. We have entered the 21st century, and we're starting things off strong with a new Castlevania, Circle of the Moon. This game, yeah, it's complicated. I have complicated feelings about it. I have played it before. I kind of thought when I played it the first time that I would never play it again. And yet here I am. Oh well, so it goes. Anyway, I'll be playing this game via the Castlevania Advance Collection, available on all modern platforms. This collection sure has a bunch of games in it. One of them's good. But we gotta play the rest of them first. In fact, I already played Dracula X off of this, which is on the GBA collection. Doesn't make any sense. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Yeah. Alright. I'm procrastinating. I'm finding anything I can try to talk about that means that I don't have to start playing this game, but unfortunately, we do have to begin now. Welcome to beautiful... Wait, this was by Kobe. It's the same people that made the fucking 64 games. No shit. I did not know that. That feels like it explains a lot. So... oh, is there a demo? There is. That's cool. Okay, well, whatever. Well, hang on. I need to figure out aspect ratio things. Give me a sec. Here's a fun thing. The Game Boy Advance has a aspect ratio of 3:2, I believe it is. Which, of course, doesn't render accurately on any monitor ever. So, whatever. We've got black bars. I guess I could throw fucking wallpaper behind it or something. It doesn't really look like anything. Sure, that's fine. It's fine. Circle of the Moon. Hey, isn't this track from Rondo of Blood? Isn't this like the Requiem or something? It's like the main menu? Or is this from Symphony? It's in one of the two. I can't remember. They just reused it. Like, directly. I think it's Symphony, actually. Yeah, so, this game's really weird. As we will see once we started it. You know what? Actually, I'll save it for then. It is 1830 at an old Austrian castle. Austrian? From the worshippers of chaos, rise the plea for the return of the Lord of Darkness. Hey, this is the Castlevania 64 theme. I just realized that's where this is from. So there's a lot more Castlevania 64 in this game's DNA than I realized that when I played it the first time. I didn't play 64 before I played this one. That's really weird. Camilla, we crave the presence of the embodiment of suffering. That text is quite difficult to read on that background, actually. Oh well. It would have been even harder on a Game Boy Advance, probably. The ruler of darkness. It's Camilla, not Carmilla. I don't know if it's supposed to be the same character. It doesn't really matter. I have waited for this moment to be awake again. To bask in darkness and feel the moonlight within. Whatever that means. Count Dracula, I am honored to be in your presence. Indeed. Though I lack my full power. Man, the text scroll is really slow in this game. I guess maybe that's just supposed to be Dracula taking his time. We are preparing the right to replenish your power. Stop! It's Mars Baldwin. You know, this guy. You cannot be allowed to taint the world. You... I remember. You were one of the vampire killers that sealed me. You've aged. It is our duty to see you banished. Thanks, Morris. Amusing. To use my nemesis's life to return my power. I have no use for children. Begone. Yo, Nathan! Master! Father! Then they fall a really long way down. No creatures around here. This is Nathan Graves. Hugh, are you okay? This is Hugh Baldwin, son of Morris up there. Yeah, we were just brushed aside and ignored. We have to find Master. I'll go. He's my father. Nathan, you'll be in the way. Just get out of here. Yeah, fuck you, man. What a dick. I want to find Master as much as anybody. Okay, so yeah, that was... Oh, that's the map button. Cool, alright. Yeah, so... Oh, God. What am I even supposed to start saying about this game? So, you might be noticing, just looking at this game, that it sure looks a lot like Symphony of the Night. In fact, we started with, you know, the main menu music from Symphony of the Night. We're back in 2D. We've got a heart meter and a magic bar at the top of the screen. There's a pause menu that stops the music, that has a bunch of stats on it and stuff like that. We've got this button that shows the map. So, you're probably thinking, wow, this game's kind of like Symphony of the Night. That game came out... Oh, that actually renders on the screen. I didn't know that would be a thing. I got Salamander. Yeah, I guess that's a scripted thing. DSS. Attribute and action cards will create a specific effect. These can be set at the menu screen DSS option. Yeah, I'll get into that in a minute, alright? Anyway, yeah. So you're like, oh, this is like a Symphony of the Night kind of game, right? Like, that makes sense, doesn't it? Well, yes, kind of. This is certainly the closest thing that we've seen to Symphony since Symphony came out. It's really not that similar, though. I mean, structurally, it's kind of trying to do the same thing. And so, like, that comparison does make a lot of sense. But the more you play this game, the more you kind of realize it's really not the same. Now, obviously, a lot of that is because this was from KCEB, was it? Right? The Kobe division of Konami, who made Castlevania 64 and Legacy of Darkness that we had just played. Which were not terrible games, but were not particularly similar to Symphony of the Night. And the main thing is that Koji Igarashi, the, lead, kind of the main guy behind Symphony of the Night, was not involved with this game, because, he wasn't at that studio. So, it's kind of... It's not to say that, like, he necessarily must have been there in order to make that game like Symphony, but it disqualifies it as an Igavania, which would be the Castlevanias that were directed by Igarashi, also known as Iga. And while just playing it, you kind of understand why it's not really the same. Also, I just want to point out that this track is from something. It's from one of the earlier games. I think it's in 3. I think this is from Dracula's Curse. Is this like the like name entry screen or something? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyway, thought I'd point it out because we're not going to hear it again. We're in the catacomb. And we get to hear Awake. I like this song. It's actually pretty good. So this game definitely kind of... It's very classic sounding as far as Castlevania is concerned. I mean, obviously, it's as much as it can be with the GBA sound chip, which is really bad. I mean, there's just no way around it. It compresses the shit out of everything that was on it. It just sounds kind of awful. And this is coming from a guy... The Game Boy Advance was the first, like, current console that I had as a kid. Everything else that I had before then had been stuff that was, like, at least 5 years old or something, out of date. So, like, this is a platform that I also have a lot of, I have fond feelings for, but I will not defend the way that it sounds. It's just terrible. It's so muddy and bad sounding. This song is still pretty good, though. There's a lot of still good compositional work on this platform, even though the actual audio quality is bad. But anyway. That having been said, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so obviously we got names, we've got, experience, we've got whatever. Obviously, the setup here is supposed to be very similar to the way Symphony worked. Nathan himself is kind of an interesting combination of things. He's supposed to be kind of a Belmont. He is not, I think. which I might make him one of the only, like, whip wielders that is not a Belmont in any way. I don't think he's even supposed to be, like, distantly related or anything. I don't feel like they ever really talk about it specifically, but he's just a guy. And also, like, the Baldwins that he was with also don't necessarily seem to be related to, to the Belmonts. The thing is, like, Nathan here does, in fact, have the vampire killer. We can't see it. It's not in his inventory. Oh, it does say it at the top left up there. That might be his class. I don't know. But this whip is the vampire killer. So I, like, as far as the sort of strict, like, canon, I guess, of Castlevania, which again, I'll point out, is mostly irrelevant. But as far as that's concerned, I think that means he should be at least distantly related to the Belmonts in order for him to be able to actually use this. But whatever, it doesn't really matter that much. This game is also not really canon, I think, generally. At least as far as sort of, like, more current things are concerned. Although I guess, again, it's really complicated. It doesn't matter. But yeah, he's kind of a weirdo. Obviously, he's got the whip. He can jump and whip. It's a very, very slow whip. Even compared to the original Castlevanias, it comes out really slowly. It feels very strange. He also has weird momentum with his jump, like he drops really quickly once you stop holding the button. He moves kind of slowly. He's got this slide that doesn't go very far. And he's got this, which, you know, that's fun. That's cool, right? It's sort of Simon, like, Super Castlevania 4 kind of thing going on. Other than that, he doesn't really have anything else going on. I guess, yeah, we have sub-weapons, so those are here. I can throw the knife. I don't remember where I picked this up, but that's a thing. And yeah, so the main thing is with this game is the stupid card system. I say stupid card system because it's stupid. So there's an action card at the top layer and an attribute card on the bottom layer. So you pick one action card. Wait, how does this work again? You pick one action card and one attribute card, and then you press something. You can look at them. Isn't that cool? Yeah, anyway. And then you press L, and it does the thing. So these two cards together, I used it, but it's still unclear what effect it actually has. Good, that's alright. Let's try this here. Ah, okay. So as you can see, what it did was add flame to the whip, which I guess is also a Simon's Quest reference. I really wish I could stop saying that. Anyway, so this is kind of interesting because it's like it changes the state of your whip, and so it adds the fire damage to it or whatever, but it only consumes magic when you actually attack with it. Anyway, you can turn it off whenever you like, and then now that we've seen what it does, we can see, oh, it costs 6 MP per attack, and it makes your whip on fire. Okay, cool. I think that means that the action card means that Mercury will always, you know, apply something to your whip, and then the attribute is determined by the attribute card. Makes sense. I like the DSS system in theory. It's a cool idea to, like, give you, you know, different, like, things you can do with your, ouch. You know, it's sort of your, like, magic system. You can do all kinds of, like, fun effects with it, theoretically. The problem with it is that using the system depends on finding the cards, and the cards are, by and large, randomly dropped by enemies. And in the original version of this game on the Game Boy Advance, there was no way to know which enemies dropped cards. So if you wanted to get the most out of the system, you would just have to basically randomly grind enemies. It was really stupid. So they've added something in this version of the game. It's this thing. It's the DSS gadget. Displays DSS attribute and action cards that are obtainable from monsters in battle. So I think that pop-up I've been seeing on the right side of the screen is that. If there's like a blank space for a card where there's like a question mark, it probably means that there is a card that can drop. So I think that demon guy I was just fighting can drop one. Dash boots. Double tap forward to perform a dash move. Yeah, this is a weird thing. This is like... This was in like one game? Oh, yeah, so Richter could dash in Symphony of the Night, not in his own game. And you barely get to play as him in that unless you're doing like the Richter mode, which I didn't do, so. But hey, you can jump further with this. This is, it's a kind of a weird input. It feels strange to do in this series, I have to be honest, but that's okay, I guess. I mean, it's nice that you get to, like, move a little bit faster, because fucking other than that, Nathan has a pretty fucking slow jaunt going on. Okay. I don't know where I'm trying to go here. I assume one of these is a save point and the other isn't. Okay, maybe that one then. But yeah, if I kill this bat, it's just a bat. There's no pop-up for it. Okay, this is actually nothing. Never mind. Never mind. I'll try fighting this guy again, I guess. Yeah, but you can see I don't even have to kill this guy. If I hit him at all, there's a pop-up that says, hey, this guy will drop a card if you kill him, maybe. I hate this. I mean, I appreciate that this port added in this gadget, because it means that if you want to play around with the card system, you don't just have to, like, look up which enemies drop them. That's nice. But I killed this guy twice, and he hasn't dropped fucking anything. That sucks. They really, like, the cards are for people that will grind, and that is their exclusive purpose in this game. I have no real interest in grinding, to be honest. I don't, especially, like, in a game that, I have to be honest, just the general movement and the way the whip attacks feels kind of bad. There's just such a, there's a significant weight to Nathan that is, like, not particularly fun to jump around with. And the whip doesn't feel very responsive. And it just kind of makes playing this game just suck a little bit. Even though, like, both of those things as described are kind of, like, you know, normal in the Castlevania games. It just feels not good in this one. It's kind of a problem. It's not horrible, it's not unplayably bad, it's just a little bit eh. So yeah, a little bit eh is like kind of our starting point with this game. It's just sort of unfortunate. It's not necessarily where you would want to be. Other than that, I mean, you're still getting like the more exploration focused Castlevania sort of experience out of this. So it is sort of an Igavania in that sense. I don't really know. I really would like to find a save point somewhere around here, because I'm going back quite a ways if I die, and I remember this game actually being kind of tough. So, I mean, I'd like to think I've gotten better at these now that I've played so many of them. Although I guess not so many of this specific type. Well, I mean, I have, but just not part of the series, whatever. But who knows, really. I got MP up, though. That's fun. So yeah, just gonna look for, looking for a save point here. But yeah, like, it's very obvious that from the design here, like, the intention here was to make a follow-up to Symphony of the Night, right? Like, we got hidden secrets of breakable walls, and all the stat stuff is back, and, like, it's very much trying to be that. It's not succeeding entirely, in my opinion. Hey, I found a save point. But it is trying. And you know what? We have to give it points for trying, right? At least to some extent. Some amount of points. Like 3, maybe, out of 100. Anyway, yeah, so that's the most unfortunate thing about this game, is that its main gimmick is the DSS card system, and it's entirely contingent on your, like, willingness to grind for it, with which I have, like, none, basically. That seems like the most fun part of the game, and I'm not going to see it, and you're not going to see it from this playthrough either, because I don't care. I don't want to do that, and I'm just going to get hit by this bomb over and over again. Would you stop that? Thank you. Anyway, so with all that having been said, the game still, like, looks and sounds pretty good. Like, I mean, you know, Game Boy Advance technical limitations aside, it's not bad in that department, at least. Ouch. Fucking Mudmans. Who loves infinitely spawning enemies? Not me. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like, oh wow, this DSS gadget, really cool addition to this game. It's not going to improve my experience at all because I don't give a fuck. But it's good for someone. I don't know. I might consider, like, trying to grind for some of those cards off screen. I don't know. I really don't want to. I feel like that would be capitulating, you know? But, wait. Oh no, I haven't been here before. Okay. Oh, fair enough. Although, you know, the way this is laid out, this kind of brings one of the other weaknesses of this game, in my opinion, to the forefront. Like, this room looks pretty similar to a couple of the other rooms that we just went through. It's kind of just like a bunch of platforms and a bunch of the same enemies, just sort of like copy-pasted all over the place. Like, this is not very compelling to platform around. I kind of feel like this game's level design is a bit bad. It's not Legends bad, because probably nothing ever will be ever again, but it's not very good. And, you know, level design is one of those things that's just, it's tough to conceptualize, like, how important it is and how much of an impact it makes, but it is really significantly major, and I just fucking got owned by the sub-weapon drop system. I think I can still get that axe. I'm gonna go back and try to grab it. So it does the symphony thing where you if you pick up a new sub-weapon, it drops it on the ground, the old one, but you can still pick it up. Of course, in Symphony, it would, like, flash for a second before you're allowed to pick it up again, and in this game, you immediately can pick it up, which means accidental re-picking up of a thing that you didn't want happens a lot. It does mean you have to wait less, theoretically, but I don't think this is a particularly better system. Anyway, I do want the axe here, so... I also picked up a... leather armor, plus 30 defense. That seems good. Anyway. Oh... But yeah, levels design is just one of those things that, like, if you're not actively thinking about it, it's really hard to identify, like, how it's affecting your play experience, or, like, when it's good or when it's bad. You know, but I think it's fair to say, like, maybe bad isn't the wrong word for this sort of level design, but it's definitely not very interesting. Maybe a little uninspired, I think is, at least an accurate thing that I could say about it. Is that really this whole area? This is just for, like, an HP bonus? Okay, whatever, I guess. This song's cool, though. I like Awake. It's a good track. It definitely has the right kind of energy for, like, your first stage of a Castlevania game, you know? And notably, this was, again, because this was a different studio to, like, the main Konami team, this is not Miura Yamane, who composed this game. I actually don't know who it was, so I'll put that on the screen. I think they did a good job, although this game does reuse a lot of old Castlevania songs, and that's not a bad thing by any means, but there's not a massive amount of completely original compositions here. There's just a lot of referencing old tracks, which is actually kind of interesting to me, because, like, 64 was the one that they just did, that and Legacy of Darkness, and those games barely reused like full tracks at all from the old games. They do it like once, where it's like the full song, and other than that, it's like all new stuff, and it's like good, you know. Was that really that whole area? Yeah, it was, okay. But yeah, no, I mean, this song at the least, I like it. It's good. Ouch. Oh, you know, the axe is probably pretty good against this enemy. Got him. He didn't drop his fucking card, though. God, that's so annoying. Whatever. Heart max. Yeah, I think I have gotten better at these games, because I remember dying like a bunch of times, like in these early parts when I first played this, so hopefully that means this will just go a little easier. Not everything needs to be X68000 Castlevania, you know? Not going to complain about an easier one. Have I been here? Yeah, no, I did this already. Doesn't kill him? Man. Cool, I got more leather armor. Wonderful. Well, something that this game doesn't have, as you may have noticed, is money, because there's no shop. So that's not a thing. So if you pick up a redundant piece of equipment like that, well, I mean, you couldn't sell it in Symphony anyway, but you definitely can't sell it here, because there's no commerce at all. Oh, right, this hallway, yeah. Right. Ow. See what's through here? Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that. I already did that. That's what happened the first time I was in here, and then I forgot. Good. Oh yeah, that's a thing. I guess the slide it is an attack, like it has a hitbox on it, so that's potentially relevant. I guess I'm going this way. Did I hit the wall on this side? I guess I did, huh? Ouch. Okay. This way. A lot of these are like required dash jumps as well. I mean, it's not like it's a horribly difficult input to do, but it does take a little bit of getting used to. I guess I'm kind of accustomed to it now. Lucky me. Okay, I guess, yep, just this way then. Friggin' Mudman. Ouch. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, do you see what I mean about, like, the way a lot of these levels are sort of laid out? They just kind of feel like, I don't know, repetitive, I guess, is maybe the word I'm looking for. It's just sort of like very similarly structured rooms, kind of similar enemy layouts, like, they're just not that interesting. Okay, I don't know where the hell that goes. This feels like it's probably... Ouch. A save point? Yeah. Ouch. Okay. We got bird guys in here. Gremlin. Yeah, and like this, I don't know, sometimes you check a room, oh, there's an upgrade in it, that's it? Oh, okay. It wasn't like hidden, you don't have to like do a little thing for it, and it's just like you walk into the room, there's an upgrade, alright. That's it. Like, I guess that's fine, sometimes, but I feel like we've seen it like a lot so far. I don't really want that again. Ugh. There's just something about this game, like the momentum of it. It just feels really sticky. Does that make sense? Like, Nathan's just a real stodgy guy. It's hard to make him move fluidly, you know? If I drop down there, am I stuck? I don't know. I don't want to find out particularly. Ow! God damn it. Leavin'! Oh, they're called hoppers in this game. Ow. Also, you can hit them while standing up. That's, something. Oh yeah, also, I kind of just forgot that I have this fire whip thing available, but it hasn't really been super relevant so far. It's not like I've had trouble killing anything up till this point. Mummy. Oh, the coffin. I guess I could use it here, whatever. It doesn't improve your damage by a lot, but, you know. I guess it's something. Hey, what's that? Cotton clothes. Probably not as good as the leather armor, if I had to guess. But, like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a fucking room with this one, like, coffin enemy type copy-pasted 3 times in a row. That's the whole room. And there's a thing I can't reach up here. Good. How's the holy water look? It's probably okay. But, like, that was it. You fight a bunch of mummies, it's the same enemy 3 times in a row. Other than that, the room is, like, completely featureless. It feels like that kind of design is just all over this game. And yeah, it's worse than the leather armor. Big surprise. Alright, keep going up. Oh, hey, it's a boss room. Wow, I mean, I guess that save point's not that far back, but... Oh, it's fine. I'll be okay, right? I believe. Hey, it's a Cerberus. Fuck you. Ouch. Oh, God. Okay, it's just invulnerable now? That's cool. Oh, okay. Weird. He's doing, like, shaft things. That sucks. Stop becoming invulnerable. Ow! You dick. Ow. Get fucking whipped. That's so annoying. I can't really... Okay, I don't know. Whatever. I only missed. Fuck you. Okay, I guess you just want to jump over that. Ouch. I don't know where he is. Okay, he's a cheater. Two orbs. Great. I don't want to have to redo that whole part of the game again. So I hope that you will just die. Okay. That works. Fuck. Orb? Is this an orb game? Do we orb game here? I guess not. I guess I'm just leaving. Alright. You know what would really suck is if I died after I did that. Double! Hey, I got the double jump. Look at that. That was really fast, actually. You get that early in this game. Alright, well... I'm gonna run back to the save point, and... Well, I'm just ending the episode here, I guess. I mean, assuming I don't die on the way back. Which is a bit of a big assumption, admittedly. But, hey, you know. Double jump's pretty useful, though. Alright. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.